The Westgate Center is an enclosed shopping mall in San Jose, California that opened in 1960. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around to the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for my latest mall video, defunct store, occasional throwback Thursday, or soda history. Leave a suggestion about a future video or memories of this mall. Thanks. The Westgate Center originally started with the opening of a freestanding JCPenney that was built in 1958. Plans were drawn up in the late 1950s to build an open-air shopping hub centered around the existing anchor. The shopping center was designed by the San Francisco-based architect John Savage Bolus. In addition to the basic mall design, Bolus was responsible for the design of the following stores at Westgate: JCPenney, Hart's, Shelley's Tall Girl, Lotus Gift Shop, and Westgate Florist. The shopping center opened in 1960. The 640,000 square foot shopping center was built on 49 acres in the West San Jose neighborhood of San Jose, California. The mall is located at the intersection of Saratoga Avenue and Campbell Avenue. It had parking for over 7,600 cars. Along with JCPenney, the shopping center had a Hart's, W.T. Grant, Woolworth, Thrifty Drugs, Mary Jean Bag and Gems, Kitty Corner, Smith's, Gallencamp, Kinney Shoes, Leeds, Foxmore Casuals, Motherhood Maternity, Park Lane Hosiery, Penny's Auto Center, Westgate Lounge, Caramel Corn, Lotus Imports, Pier 1 Imports, Paul's Jewelers, Hearst Jewelers, Music Box, Merle Norman Cosmetic, Brave Bull Coffee Shop, House of Fabrics, Westgate Stationers, Century 25 Theater, a McDonald's, an International Shirt Shop, and a Rainbow Records. The shopping center was known for its small-time feel, as well as the Christmas decorations. The center was later renovated in 1966. Century Theaters also had one of its domes, Century 25, on the complex at the corner of Saratoga and Campbell Avenues, which opened on May 28, 1969, with the opening of Paul Newman's movie, Winning. It was originally a single-screen theater, and it was twinned in November of 1974, before it was sold to an independent group, which renamed it the Retro Dome in 2009. It showed mostly independent and art house fare. The group eventually moved, and the dome was demolished on January 6, 2013, and replaced by the Veggie Grill. The mall was enclosed sometime around this time. W.T. Grant's closed in 1976. In 1977, Montgomery Ward's moved into the JCPenney building. It was near Campbell Avenue at the driveway that connects the El Paseo de Saratoga. Sometime before that, JCPenney built themselves a larger store on the other end of the mall near Atherton Avenue. In 1988, or maybe 1989, JCPenney closed. The building was subdivided between a Marshall's, which is now Old Navy, and Home Express, which now is a Nordstrom Rack on the first floor. The second floor had been a Burlington coat factory, which occupied the entire second floor of the former Penny's. The use of the third floor Penny's, which was mechanical, break rooms, and offices, is really unknown as to what it is used for nowadays. Maybe storage. The JCPenney Auto Center, which was at Atherton and Hamilton, was subdivided out to a Speedy Oil Change, a Curves, and a Foot Doctor. In 2001, Montgomery Ward's closed. Target demolished the store shortly after acquiring it to build a new 166,000 square foot store. The Ward's Auto was also demolished. The Chevy's at the corner of Atherton and Saratoga Avenue was originally a bank. In 2002, the Westgate Shopping Center was sold for $36 million to an investment group headed by the West Valley Properties. On March 31, 2004, Federal Realty Investment Trust acquired the Westgate Mall for $97 million in cash from a private owner. At the time, the Westgate Mall was 98% leased. The mall was occupied by strong national and regional merchants including Safeway, Target, Burlington Coat Factory, Ross Dress for Less, Nordstrom Rack, Barnes & Noble, Indy Mountain Sporting Goods, Old Navy, and Michaels. The current owners are Federal Realty Investment Trust, who also owns Santana Row and Old Town Center in Los Gatos. While many of the larger stores have had their exterior entrances, there's an interior mall corridor housing smaller stores like Skechers, Torrid, and Carter's, along with a small food court. Of course, Skechers, Torrid, and Carter's are, I believe, no longer there when I was walking the mall. Between 2012 and 2013, the Westgate Center went through an extensive $15 million renovation. The center, which remained open during the construction and remodeling work, the facade was updated, and the updated shopping center included a lineup of new shops and restaurants. Barnes & Noble closed in 2013, and the Nike factory store opened in its place on October 31st, 2013. They mentioned before that the food court was small, and that's an understatement. In fact, when I visited the mall, I believe that there was only 3 restaurants left in the food court. There were some empty spaces as well. I had visited the mall at the opening around 11 a.m., and this was on a Wednesday. Also previously in the complex were Storables, Blockbuster Video, Safeway, and also Indy Mountain Sporting Goods. The Safeway in the mall used to be across the street at the West Valley Center, which was torn down for a new PW Market. Actually, if you're watching this video and have been to this mall, or you live in the area, let me know if this is considered a dead mall. This is midweek and it was pretty empty. Walmart Neighborhood Market closed in 2019. Wait a second. Walmart Neighborhood Market closing? That's pretty unusual for a shopping center of this magnitude. But it will be replaced by a Canadian-based Asian supermarket, TNT Supermarket, in the fall of 2025. The entrance of the former Burlington Coat Factory is now closed off. In fact, in January of 2024, the Burlington Coat Factory closed. In 2025, Party City closed at the mall after the company filed for bankruptcy and went out of business. Today, the current major anchor tenants include Nordstrom Rack, Ross Dress for Less, TJ Maxx, Target, along with Michaels, Old Navy, the Gap Factory Store, as well as the Nike Factory Store. Going back to the news about the TNT Supermarket, it will be the first store in California and will employ over 200 people. The supermarket will take over the vacant Walmart space. In February of 2024, 2 men were arrested for stealing over $70,000 in merchandise, including items at the Westgate Center. Their crime spree lasted over the course of a year, and they were even brazen enough to walk right out of the store with Nike boxes in their hands, in broad daylight. As I walked through the mall, I noticed that the stores were mainly outlet stores, not the typical mall fare. The mall is also known for having sports card shows on the weekends, and that often brings many people to the mall. This was actually my second time to this mall. I had stopped by in 2024, but I wasn't able to venture into it because it was closed. My mom and my aunts and uncles and cousins used to visit this shopping center in the 1960s and 1970s when they weren't working at the family grocery store, which was located down the street. Be sure to stay to the end. Congratulations! You made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed or changed their names at this mall? So if your answer is 3, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions. Thanks for watching.